Hey, now we are finally at the end of the K's, and we're at Bowie Kuhn. Interesting, Bowie Kuhn, like Dick Allen, got inducted right after he passed away. I guess even more recent, like the year he passed away, he got inducted to the Hall of Fame later that year. He was up for election several times before that, never garnered much interest. And then, of course, I remember when he got in, it was kind of a slap in the face because when he was up for election, Marvin Miller was also up for election that year. And again, Marvin Miller was still alive at the time. And while Marvin Miller only gained like 5% of the vote, sorry, not 5%, like 5 votes. I have it right here. He got 3 votes. And again, he needed 75%. He got 25%. Bowie Kuhn got 83%. And I remember then, and I'm like, I guess what I knew Bowie Kuhn at the time was he was the only commissioner that was a commissioner more than 5 years that hadn't been in the Hall of Fame. This is back in 2007. But at the same time, I remember then I researched it up again. Everyone thought he was a horrible commissioner. It's like their Amazing Baseball survived with him. He had the strike. But I mean, probably most famous for when Curt Flood filed his letter to him saying, I'm not a piece of property, I'm a human being. Bowie Kuhn said, no, we have the reserve clause still. And he said, no, you are a piece of property. And obviously that went all the way to the Supreme Court. I remember when the free agency started, he's like, there shouldn't be independent arbitrators deciding salaries. It should be him deciding salary. There was the thing I was reading about with the Yankees letting females into the clubhouse. He was against that, even though Billy Martin, the manager at the time, was for it. He was just not a very good commissioner. Someone wrote an article that baseball somehow was so strong in the 70s, 80s that it survived despite him. He banned Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle for a time for being associated with casino. He was like very for whatever he thought was for the best of baseball, which not necessarily was for the best of baseball. Something he wrote that he was most proud of is when the Negro Leagues decided to become part of the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame board of directors said, no, it's not part of the Major Leagues. And of course, Satchel Paige and everyone in the Negro Leagues said, well, that's not our fault. You know what I'm saying? You banned us. You know what I'm saying? There was a gentleman's agreement and everything like that. And so Bowie Kuhn said, I'll tell you what, let's compromise Hall of Fame board of directors. Let's just put an exhibit in for the Negro Leagues. And they said fine, and there was a big uproar, and finally the board of directors caved in and inducted Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson and so on and so forth. And Bowie Kuhn said, oh, that's because of me. That was because of me. I outsmarted the board. So he was very proud of that. So anyways, when it comes to autographs of Bowie Kuhn, not rare at all. Even though he got in shortly after his death, he was around baseball constantly. So there's a lot of stuff. You see a lot of like Hall of Fame baseballs, and people write like, who's this autograph on it? And then like, oh, that's Bowie Kuhn. I was like, why would he? Because he wasn't a Hall of Famer at the time. But again, he was at all the ceremonies. He was the commissioner of baseball for like a long time, like 15 years, maybe 16 years. Someone will correct me in the comments. There's smarter people in this than I am. So anyways, let's get on to the autograph analysis of Bowie Kuhn. Wrong one. Again, as always, we're going to start with the PSA database. And again, this I can't see this one because of the thing, but Bowie Kuhn signed a lot. There's not that many. He signed a very up and down like this. We usually signs Bowie K. Kuhn, and the K really should not be touched. It's a lot of up and down, as you can see. The K and the 2 Ks, I should say, are not really touching. You see that? They don't touch at all. That's one of the common distinctions of him. And again, he's not highly forged at all. You can see a lot of up and down right here. You can see like, it looks almost like a H into the N right here. You should get every letter of his name. He sometimes dotted the I, sometimes didn't. This is an older autograph of Bowie Kuhn. This is not, let's say, a more common autograph. Not that it's not good. It is good. So again, this is from 1951, prior to his assumption to the commissioner of baseball. And again, most of the stuff you see signed today is associated with his time as commissioner and post his time as commissioner. So I don't want to spend too much time on this. Like, there's a lot of letters of Bowie Kuhn out there. So again, this is again much more common. You're going to see the B, the wraparound B right here. Looks like this was a government postcard. But again, you see every letter right here, he dotted. And again, this is what's common with that K. It's almost a little bit like Koufax we talked about, where it looks like a C right here with the second part, right? You see that right here? And again, it shouldn't be touching at all. I know we talked about the Koufax possibly touching this, not so much here. Again, the H to the N. And again, the only spaces you're going to see with his autograph are between the two Ks. He came straight down. Like I said, to me, it's a lot of up and down. Again, this is very common. You're going to see of him. And I have a very similar letter. We'll look at it in a second here. But again, you see how it's sort of a wraparound beat like we talked about, every letter. And again, it's a lot of recklessness, as you can see right here. There should be no shakiness in a Bowie Kuhn autograph. See how the K looks like a C right here and the break right here. It's a little odd that it's a two, like, well, I guess a 3-stroke Kuhn right here. But again, nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's not worth spending too much time going to a Bowie Kuhn autograph. Again, very similar, same letterhead right here. Again, now we're down to the 3-stroke, I guess, Kuhn, we could say. Again, you see how the K wraps around with the C and a 2-stroke right here. The B being the highest part of his autograph, which is common. But again, there's a lot of letters out there. We'll look at the stuff in a second, what's going on here. Again, so we're through PSA. Again, real quickly, not that anyone cares. This is the autograph I have. Again, it's on baseball letterhead. The only thing I don't like about this is the stupid PSA DNA sticker down here. Again, it's another one to Buzz Bavassi. You can see the huge B right here with the wraparound. You got all the letters with the common K. It looks like a C right here, and a 2-stroke here, and the U touching the H and the N. Again, it sort of just drags out like that. There's nothing terribly, I guess it's a unique signature. I don't want to say it's not unique, but it's not, again, like I said, it's not rare at all. I couldn't find any fakes. This is my favorite autograph. This has been on here a while. The sellers offered me this a long time. This is a letter Bowie Kuhn wrote to Santa, believe it or not. The K line almost looks like at this time, it's a K line K. It's very different than you're going to see again. You can see his full name right here. But again, these are letters to Santa. You can buy these at eBay. They're all good. They're all cute. You get a lot of autographs for $700. I think originally the seller, who I bought stuff before, wanted $1,500. He's come down to a little more realistic. But again, I still think this is high. It's not like he was even a Major League Baseball player. Usually moving on to like baseball autographs, the highest one you can see is $150. And again, I think these are all good for a Bowie Kuhn autograph. I mean, I'm just looking at them from here from a distance. You can tell just by that K. I don't think anyone, like I said, is going to be forging Bowie Kuhn. He is not worth baseball to be forged on. So you can find a lot of autographs out there. They're all good. Like this is a nice piece right here, signed by 4 people. I don't know who the 5th one here is not signed. I can't look real closely. But again, just going down, it's like it's got a nice autograph. Again, you can see the B here is really high. Again, I think these are all good. None of these are bad. You can see like I said, the K goes into the C. The K right here looks like a C. The HU and the N sort of dragged out. So I'm not going to spend too much more time on Mr. Kuhn here. Like I said, he was a very unpopular pick. Was a very surprising pick when he got in. That he got in and Marvin Miller didn't. We're going to move from him to Nap Lajoie, but that may not be till next year. I want to film like a year-end, maybe a couple year-end videos. I did have a couple of pickups that I want to get into, nothing too earth-shattering. So that is about it. Happy holidays, and we'll see you all in 2025, if not sooner. Thanks again for watching.